All right, guys, this video is all about your city research. If you are watching this and you are in my honors class, you also know that you had some literary analysis research that was directly from our online textbook. That should be self-explanatory. So you can but this part also applies to you as well. So this is all about getting to know your city a little bit better. And it's not about finding the big things that happened. It can be, but it's also about finding things about the unknown or just you didn't know, you stumbled upon it. Okay.
So when you guys are researching your city, the city of Trotwood, the city of Dayton, what you want to do is you want to find something that is interesting for you. What we've done is we've gotten you started with a few links. So you can actually see a little video of how Trotwood actually got started. You can talk about the railroad that went through Trotwood. You can talk about the flood of Dayton. You can talk about how we came up with the name of Trotwood. These are all things that you walk by every single day, but you may not realize. There might be a guy down the street who's always been there. Maybe this is the time where you just get a chance to get to know him and he could tell you stories about Trotwood from 1965 that maybe you've never heard before.
Okay. And so it's very open, and you might find this is one of the reasons why we wanted you to start walking your city. Just put some tennis shoes on and go out, because we've gotten some comments that, well, what if I can't get out? Well, number one, we gave you 2 weeks for this so that you can coordinate with somebody that you know to be able to get out. To be able to walk. Plus, you all are, you're on the screens all the time. So this is a way to get away from a screen and to just walk a little bit, because even though there's COVID going on, one of the big things that people say is to get out and take a walk, get some sunshine. And so you can do that. And then if that's it, we gave you 2 weeks so that if your mom or your dad or your grandma or whomever can't take you on Friday, they can take you on Sunday or maybe Wednesday of the following week. So we did this purposefully. And we also, when you're thinking about that journey, so we're going to talk about not only the city research, but we're going to talk about the photo journey, because they work in tandem. So you do your research, but then you go on your photo journey to go see these places. And you may find when you're out on your journey that you find more places and you're like, ooh, let me take a picture of that.
Right.
So when we talk about you're looking for historical people, historical places, events, and just, facts that most people wouldn't know about. So we want to make a couple points about these things that you're going to see on every single one of these slides. And that is the fact that when you look it up, you need to put that information in your own words.
There's a difference between doing research and hitting control copy and control V. So doing research is you're looking things up, you're finding what's interesting to you, and you don't stop at the first Google site that it led you to. You look at a couple of sites, you look at a couple more sites, you look at a couple more sites, and you read a lot of these sites. And those sites give you a little bit of information. And what you're doing is you're gathering all of this information, and this is the important part. You're putting it into your brain and then spitting it out of your mouth in your own words, okay? Somebody else already got paid to write what you copied and pasted from the internet. We want you to tell us what it means to you. What is it? How's your interpretation? Put it into your head and then have it come out of your mouth, or in this case, your fingertips.
And this is where the real learning happens. Like she said, the control copy V, that's not real learning. It's about digesting what you read and then spitting it back out. That is the act of getting it in your brain. So if you are just doing the copy paste and that's all you do, you're not getting the knowledge that you're going to need. And like you said, you're going to want to visit several things. So I know that the Mound is a big Miamisburg thing. So I found this site and I'm going to want to read it and see what I like from it. If I don't feel like I have enough information, because I don't feel like that's enough information, then I might try to find something else and go back to the drawing board. Don't just stop on the first one, because that only gave me like this much. But maybe this site will give me enough, okay? And then I would put both of the sites. If I take information, I would put both of the sites, on my We're excited. Yep. So there's more here. You know, it talks about the Adena culture, and see, that's part of research. Now I'm like, well, what the heck is Adena culture? Let me go click and find out. So you see that you're going to you should be clicking on several websites. This is not a one and done. Okay. And so hopefully we can make that very clear. It has to be in your own words. Read it, put it in your own words. Bullet points are fine. We're not asking for like long paragraphs, but they should be in your own words.
Right. This should be thorough information. It should be interesting information, but it does need to be in your own words because of the fact that you guys are in high school now. You could actually, like, if you're going to college, if you're in a college and you actually get caught for plagiarism, they can kick you out of the college and you lose all of your scholarship, you lose all of your funding for that. They don't give that back. And so you guys are getting to the point where the colleges are going to be looking at your grades here, and you need to start that habit right now.
So after you do all your research, you need to figure out, well, what can I get to? Where can I go to see, I found all this amazing information. So what are the places that I can get to? Because that's your photo journey. And we say that you need to visit 1 to 2 places or 2 to 3 places, depending on which class you're in. But it could just be one, it could be more. And you may think if you're out and you maybe have your mom with you, your grandma, it's like a fun little thing to go out and just take pictures. But we're also looking at the journey. So you're going to document, that's what we mean by document your journey. Take some pictures of you getting there, or take some pictures of, if it's you and your grandma, like, hey, we're on our way to so-and-so. You can even video it. So this is a lot of creativity here that you can do, okay? If you're unable to meet those and you were supposed to come and talk to us, don't wait to the last minute. Like if you tell us on Saturday, the night before this is due, it's not going to cut it.
Mm-mm. So there are a lot of extenuating circumstances about why you can't get out in your neighborhood, but most of these, this is a walk. We walked through all of Troutwood back in June for something, and it was a 2.5 mile walk, and it was nothing. So you just got to make sure that you can get out and about, and then you can take some of these pictures.
And you could also go with a friend, but wear a mask and, 6 feet or more apart. Yes, so you can do that. Like, we're not saying, you can if your parents let you. Obviously, that's your family decision. But, Miss Whitworth and I could have gone out and stayed way far away, and then we could still take pictures and have a little bit of social interaction there if we wanted to, or we're with our brother or whomever we're with. So this is the journey. Here's an example. I went through Miamisburg. This is the first time I've ever lived in Miamisburg, so I don't know a lot about Miamisburg. So I had to look up some things, and then I found, and then we walked around. Actually went out today. It was pretty cold and rainy, but, wanted to give you an example. So we looked at a place called Daniel Gebhardt Tavern Museum, who was one of the founders of Miamisburg. He opened this in 1811, and so you see the pictures. So I took these 2 pictures, and this picture I did take from Google because I was just looking at a map and I thought a map picture would be interesting. The point is that I took the other ones, right? And how I can make sure that my teacher knows that I took them is clearly I'm in a picture.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can add little stickers. You can add little things to kind of just make it look more like, I don't know, think of a yearbook picture spread. Yeah. So you want to have captions. She doesn't have a caption we don't have a caption for every single picture, but we have a caption for every single place. And that's the thing.
And so here's the next one. We had one caption for the whole thing, but then I also included a video. So if this is you and you know how to work video and manipulate video and get it up on the slides, because it's obviously not what we're teaching, but if you know how to do it, show off your skills. So you could, you could do that. So I ended up doing it this morning. And you could talk through it.
It's pretty cold up here. It's a very rainy, coldy day.
So have fun with it. That wasn't on my directions, but it's something, if you like video, then most definitely do it.
So the reason why she has, where it says the Mound Miamisburg, what she was saying is this is her caption. But because the video is all inclusive, what she would have already typed is in this video. So we just need to have that announcement of this is what I'm talking about on this page.
Mhm. And then you have another one, and I think this was all video. So this was about the 1986 train derailment. And I didn't even know about that until I was walking around, and I found, like, because I found this site that said history of Miamisburg, like, here are the top 10 things that you should know. And they talked about this train derailment. I was 4 years old. I had no idea about this. And so where basically the entire Miamisburg had to be evacuated because of it was a big chemical spill. So you have the video that I did, but I also decided, well, let me find another video of a news story, and I linked that. And that's fine. If you're like, this helps me explain the picture that I took, then do it. It's this is a scrapbook, so you can add a lot of different things. So if we were to press play here, you would see us driving to where it was. And then if you kept watching, you would see, like, it's 54 seconds long, but you would hear me talk about what had happened. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about this. But I think the biggest thing is have fun with it. This is not meant to not have fun. And you're going to use these things, like, now that I've processed all this, I'm going to add this to my I am poem. And some of you have brought up, well, I didn't grow up here. I've only been here like 3 or 4 years. Still have something from this area, because even though I didn't grow up in Miamisburg, I'm still going to add that to my I am poem somewhere, because that's where I am now. This is me right now.
Right. I have a class where almost everybody in my class is new to Trotwood. They, like, maybe 10 of you guys have just moved into Trotwood from out of state. And like what we've talked about is you may call your home someplace else, but there's a reason why you're here. And now this is your home too. And so you need to have something from Trotwood as well as wherever you came from.
All right, and that is it for this video.